What's in my Sojourn gear zipper pouch? This is going to be an old-fashioned pocket dump style video, because why not? I'm on my 2nd Celsius and we're feeling kind of frisky, so I figured I have a couple of these and I figured it'd be fun to do a pocket dump. I really love Sojourn gear stuff. I have, I don't know if you can see over there, saw rig, a Minuteman bag, excellent pieces of gear. So a lot of stuff's not really in stock, but the zipper pouches, and it's something that I really do think is really cool. I really like these pocket keepers too. I'm going to order a few more of these if they're in stock. I like the their tourniquet holders too. I have a couple of, or I think I have one of those, but you can see I got this rat's tourniquet, and I attach this with a little carabiner to my EDC bag every day. But you could attach it here even if you want, but I figured I'd show that. I keep guitar cables and stuff, but anyway, with the zipper pouch, I'm going to show you what's in here, and then I'm going to tell you a story of a time where I circumvented airport security. On accident. I didn't intentionally break any laws or commit any crimes. It was a total accident, and I didn't end up getting on the plane, but I'll tell you that story at the end. But let's go ahead and see what we got here. So we'll just move some of this other stuff. We kind of, you know, it's, I always say every weekend, people ask me what you did. I always say, well, I spent most of the weekend shuffling random piles of clutter around, because it seems like that's all I do out here in the shop. But we got some Band-Aids here in a little bag. And we have some Kleenex tissues. And I actually had these in here because my daughter had the sniffles last week, and so we were in need of constant tissues. Here's some storm-proof matches. These are pretty handy. This is my Leatherman Wave, so I try to always keep... By the way, this is something that I'll probably, not probably, but often grab and just throw, and it's just sitting in the passenger seat of my car, because usually nobody ever sits in the passenger seat of my car. But just a really nice little multi-tool Leatherman Wave. And I like this leather case because we're kind of been getting into leather a lot lately, and this just kind of fits the overall motif. I got a Glock holster in this same color with a magazine holster too for inside the waistband carry. Here's a classic Sharpie that's got a bunch of schmutz on it. This is a little sealed personal hygiene kit that you have to often find in airport, excuse me, hotel bathrooms, and I'll snag them and take them with me. And you know, though I don't use them for generally hygiene there, they come in handy in other cases with things like this. Absolute standards. Whoa! Pardon me. This is antiseptic, but it's ethyl alcohol 70% volume for volume. So ethanol 70%, perfect ratio for sanitizing, you know, sterilizing, whatnot. And this convenient little sprayer that has like a pen cap. See? Isn't that nifty? Contractor's pencil, unused. Electrolyte packet, because it's hot as crap down here in Florida, and so we do a lot of sweating. Multicolor pen, because I like to have multiple colors, and especially doing projects with the daughter. And I used to have these in the 80s and always thought they were cool. Here is funny story about this. This is the same Bic lighter with duct tape wrapped around it that was in my original bug out bag video that got like 80,000 views when I started the channel 8 years ago. Same lighter. This is probably some gnarly. Yeah, that's going to be hard to use duct tape at this point. This has literally been on here for like 8 years. And here is a Workos TS21. This is like a 2000 lumen flashlight that has a magnetic base that is strong enough to often, you know, be able to mount up and hold itself up. You can see it's strong enough to hold this here key ring with a P38 can opener on it, which also happens to be in here. Granted, we got a can opener on the multi-tool, but you know, a little bit of redundancy here. Here is my very first Opinel Carbone. This thing has seen some better days. It's actually gotten cleaned up recently, but it was really rough a couple years ago, rusted up. I bought this when I first moved to Florida, and didn't quite understand what I was dealing with carbon steel knives and the humidity down here, but this has got a good coat of grease on it. And these do lock. I like these Opinels. And that's going to be part of the story that I'm going to tell you here in a minute. Here's some Listerine sprayer, so if I have to go to a meeting with people in person and I need to rapidly brush my breath, you know, brush your breath. Yeah. Here's Tabasco, because I often will, if I'm traveling, you know, have to eat those horrible hard-boiled eggs that they have at the hotel, and sometimes some little bit of Tabasco goes a long way. Earplugs for sleeping or shooting. Actually, these aren't really going to be sufficient for shooting, but they're better than nothing. Here's a little piece of cordage, just about not long enough to be able to do anything, but you could attach it to something if you need a quick lanyard maybe, or something to attach to a big knife. Maybe, you know, you're going and doing something and somebody borrows you a big knife or something and you need to attach a cord to it. And here is a little Leatherman Micra, which if I don't have my little Swiss Army knife that I use for cutting my fingernails, I can cut my fingernails or toenails with this. And that's it. You see, it's just a little pouch. It's got a little loop in here if you need to attach something. It's an awesome little pouch. Very useful. So let me tell you the story then about the time I circumvented airport security. So no joke, a lot of the times my EDC bag will just have like my gym clothes or my martial arts gi or something like that, and I need something to just throw something in there to keep a bunch of little items, right? Well, I'll oftentimes just roll like that, and this will be in the bottom of my bag. Well, earlier this year, when I went to fly to Portland for a work trip, I threw this in my bag, completely forgetting that the Opinel was in there. And it was all the way down in the bottom of my EDC bag, which I also use as my carry-on bag. Excuse me. And so I forgot to take out the Opinel. I just totally forgot that it was in there. And it went through the little scanner, metal detector came out, and it went through. And what happened was that plane, after 4 hours of being delayed, was canceled. That flight was canceled. And it was going to end up, I was going to take a red eye, and I just opted to get a 4 o'clock in the morning flight and go home and sleep in my own bed. So I ended up leaving the airport and not flying, but I totally could have flew with this. Now the problem was then I would have taken the risk of having it confiscated on the way back from Portland. Because I have lost knives, like my Victorinox Midnight Mini Champ, a little tiny 58 millimeter knife that has a bunch of cool stuff on it, confiscated because I forgot it was on my keychain. So that was like a $60 little 58 millimeter Victorinox, and I told myself to punish myself for being a bonehead and forgetting to take it off. I'm not going to buy another one, even though I really love that little knife. Anyway, that's what's in my Sojourn Gear zipper pouch. Again, highly recommend Sojourn Gear. Here's a really cool, you know, rifle kit that's got all my rifle cleaning stuff and maintenance stuff. I'm not going to do open that up, but you can see that's from Sojourn. But that's a rifle cleaning kit right there. Basically, the mini version. This is like the minor cleaning kit, and this is the major cleaning kit with all the tools to actually work on the rifle. But anyway, that's not Sojourn Gear, but and definitely not near the quality of the stuff that Cody sews over there. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully somebody enjoyed that. Make good decisions, don't waste time.